Bro, all you gotta do is go get the
Yeah.
basketball, yo. Just dribble the fucking basketball. Bronny, go get the fucking basketball, man. God damn,
What if you
yo.
don't want
Stop.
it, man? What if you don't want the ball, man?
What I'm
Just
saying
that
is,
okay.
I believe that the NBA knows exactly what it's doing. I don't think even for 1 second. I don't think even for 1 second that they lose $1. I think that they gain. I also think that NBA fans have short memories. 100%. They don't care about what happened in yesteryear. The only thing that they look forward to, and this is the way that the NBA market themselves, is what the potential could be.
I'm trying to say he's in
Hold on, bro.
Man, come
Sacramento.
on, man. This is business 101.
He's in Sacramento, bro.
Let me tell you something. I pay $100,000 a year for my seats, courtside. What you mean, who me? I'm the man. You better motherfucking Google me.
I don't have to do shit.
They're not good for the overall NBA's business. NBA is supposed to be built on 501 of the best players to ever touch a basketball court. Bronny does not represent that from an NBA standpoint. From a Lakers standpoint, Bronny is going to add about another $1 billion to their revenue.
Chat Mafia.
Some little kid worked his whole life to be in this 2024 draft class because he can't help that where he was born. But he did everything right, bro. And this kid is doing this bullshit running to the wing.
Look at his teammate. His teammate didn't get drafted that averaged 17 points a game that played guy. Yeah. So you just saying exactly what really happened. You know what I mean?
Shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
At least he got undrafted, the lowest man on the totem pole that didn't even get his phone to ring. That's the one that I feel bad for. At least is the best player on his team got undrafted. Yo, you know how hard it is to get to the NBA?
They don't have money like
this dude better go get the fucking basketball, yo. He disrespecting the game of basketball, man.
The thing that makes this bad is that the person who lost their spot don't have the money, don't have the same money as
the connections. Don't have the connections.
They need that money.
LeBron could have got him a job as a front office person or something. Well, why better than this bullshit?
Why didn't LeBron push for him to be the next Rich Paul instead of the next? You see what I'm saying?
Man.
And I've been saying that for the longest. Like, dude, he don't gotta be that one. Cause see, Bryce could be that one.
That'll be a lot of capping on TV though.
Bro, all you gotta do is go get the basketball, yo. Just dribble the fucking basketball. Bronny, go get the fucking basketball, man. God damn.
What if you don't want it, man? What if you don't want the ball, man?
You don't want
it. But that's how we gonna know if he good. You know, go get the fucking basketball, bro. If you can't play, get the fuck out of here, man.
The man ain't shot double digits yet. I don't think he want the ball.
No, he don't want it. He don't want it.
Well, at least if he was bringing it up, he didn't. Okay, let's just say he played the position of point guard, right? He just went and got the ball and brought it up, and then orchestrated something, been created off the dribble. You know, make it orchestrating shit. They say you got a fucking IQ. Little dude, go get the fucking basketball, man.
But that's what I'm asking though. Why would he not be at the point guard position right now when they were saying that the reason why he wasn't at the point guard? Hold on, man. Somebody tripping.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Somebody tripping. Every time I start talking, they do that dumb shit. But I'm saying though, but if he was played out of position at USC, there's no reason why he's not playing his position now. What's stopping him from playing his point guard position when his father is right there?
And his father's friend is the coach. So it ain't no excuses. No excuses.
Yeah, man.
Shit, he need to go get the basketball, create something.
He need to be the next Rich Paul. He need to be Rich Paul. That's what it is. He in the wrong profession.
Yo, just by him controlling the basketball, he gonna get to the free throw line. Make your goddamn free throws. Let's get some points on the board, sir. You don't know how to play the numbers game, Brownie. Let me get 3 points a quarter, bro.
Well, they say his daddy got the highest
12,
IQ.
Bro. 3 instead of 3 for the whole game. Let me get 12 off the highest short ass.
His daddy got the highest court IQ, so his daddy didn't have enough IQ to see that his son don't have it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't by accident, man. He is who he is. He been getting the best training. He been getting the best help that any kid could ask for, and he up to this point. This is who he is. He ain't gonna get no taller. His arms ain't gonna get no longer.
You could
this is who he is.
What up, Kwame? What up, big dog?
What's going on with him?
I disagree with y'all fundamentally.
He on mute.
Am I on
mute? All right,
mute?
go ahead. Let me know.
I'm on mute.
No, I hear him. No, I hear him.
I just 100%.
I can't hear.
Can everybody hear me?
I hear you.
I hear you just
I
fine.
can hear you. I
Yeah,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you, bro. I'm on
Moving
mute
up.
listening.
I'm on mute.
I'll mute
All right.
myself.
I just disagree, man. First of all, I don't know where I don't know. I mean, if we want to criticize basketball, that's cool. Fundamentally, I don't think that you can evaluate whether or not somebody is a bust before they ever even play a full season. That's number one. Number two, I don't think that most of the dudes that's even on this right now can tell you who was drafted 50, 51, 52, 53, and 54. I don't think they care that much. They only care because it's LeBron's kid. And then third, I've never seen a bunch of people tell, I don't know any of y'all, none of y'all on this panel. I don't believe that any of y'all would remove an opportunity for your kid for somebody else that you think deserve better than them.
I would.
I would
Who?
Cap,
definitely.
Who?
cap,
You gotta
The
earn
cap,
it,
only
man.
the only reason why the
Right.
only reason why I say that, if it was my own company, I believe in nepotism 100%. But I'm that kid that competed against kids like LeBron kids, and if they didn't give it a fair shake, I wouldn't be where I was. So when it comes to the NBA, this is supposed to be 501 of the best athletes in the world.
Correct.
And Bronny is just not that. I'm not saying that he's a bust. I'm saying I don't know what the excuses are. He
No, no, no.
hasn't signed.
We can get to that part, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
fair.
all I'm talking about. I'm not. I
That's
think
fair.
people are
We can
making
get
this
to that
about
part,
nepotism in black and white. I'm just
but
talking
but
about from his game.
I don't believe any of these other guys that's sitting here telling me. Okay, so how many of y'all have ever gotten a referral for a job that you didn't qualify for, or
Um,
asked for a referral for a job because you wouldn't even do it yourself? So how you gonna tell me that you would also do it for your kid and you would remove an opportunity for that kid?
Can I ask you a
let me
question?
I don't believe that.
yes.
I don't
Can
let
believe
I
me
that at
let me
ask
all.
say
Anton?
something.
Can I ask you a question?
Not even a
Sports is
little
a,
bit.
sports is a
But
little
but
bit different though.
I want to
but
say
let
No,
me
it's
something about
let
not.
me
that.
ask
It's
you a question
business.
though. Let me ask you a
Hold on,
question
hold on,
though,
hold on,
dog.
Quan. Let's be for real. This ain't got nothing to do with sports. This got something to do with business.
Oh
No,
my God.
this is
Nah,
definitely.
At the
I've
end
nah.
said
of
This
that
the
on
is
my
day,
live.
this
This
is
is.
a
at the
this
Hold
end
is
of
a
the
on, hold on,
day,
separate.
Ray. Hold on, Ray. You gotta stop
you know what
interrupting
I
so we
heard
can get the
Paul George
content.
say the other day on his podcast? He didn't say, "Listen, I'm sticking around with the Clippers because I like Steve Ballmer." He said, "I love Steve Ballmer, but at the end of the day, it's business."
Right. So what the Lakers are doing is business. They know that another kid is going to miss a roster spot because Bronny James is good for business. That's it.
Okay, well,
But
hold the
I'm
Lakers
speaking.
accountable, but you can't hold
I know.
LeBron
I am.
accountable
I
for
am.
doing the
That's
thing
what I'm
that's
saying.
but
I'm holding the Lakers and LeBron James accountable. He's the only superstar that's vain enough and that'll disrespect the game enough that will do something like this.
ain't no
Shaq could
such
have
thing
pulled
as
strings.
what's
Listen,
disrespecting the game
listen.
for
Well,
me
we
is
have a
the fact
difference of
that
an
they'll
opinion.
ask.
I'm
What
saying
disrespect
that.
the game to me is that they'll ask y'all to take less money in order to help them to win a championship, knowing that it's
No,
going
what
to inflate the price of the franchise in order for them to be able to sell it and get a bigger price from it. They looking at it from a business
I
perspective.
understand. I understand that from what you're saying, but I'm talking about from a purely competition standpoint. Have you
Quam,
ever
Quam,
competed? Have you ever competed for something?
Quam.
But you
Let,
not
let,
let
me,
me
let, me,
finish,
let me ask you a
Anton.
question,
Hold
Quam.
on, big dog. You gotta let me finish my sentence. Let me
Okay,
land my
my
plane.
bad. Go ahead.
I hear your perspective, but I'm talking about from a competition perspective. And there's a lot of other athletes. Michael Jordan would have never done something like this.
I
No
don't
other
believe that.
NBA player would have ever done something like this
Where
because it's 501 spots. There's already there's already an influx of players there that's going to be losing their job. I saw a lot of players get cut that was way better than Bronny, and they got cut only because another guy got hurt. That's the business of basketball. So to have a spot go to a guy that's not earning it is disrespectful to the game. It's disrespectful to the game. I'm not
Quam,
talking about
Quam.
from a
Can I
business
ask you a
part.
question?
Sure you can.
Are there veterans that know that they're not better than some of the guys that's coming up after them, but they continue to hold on to a roster spot as long as they possibly can in order to make as much money as they can?
Absolutely. But
Is
that's
that
the team.
disrespectful to the game?
No,
no, they
because
still
here's
have
what
the value.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's what those veterans bring to the game. They bring mentorship to the young players. Was
You
I
don't need
better
to
than
be
Oak?
on the court and
Hold on,
taking up
hold
a
on.
roster spot in order
Was
to have
I what
mentorship.
was I physically better than Charles Oakley at one point when he was my player when he was my
Mhm.
veteran? Yes. but he still mentally knew more than me. He still mentally knew how to
Wow.
play the game.
So he got to
So
take up
that's the difference.
a roster spot in order to mentor you.
Yeah, but they do both. He wasn't just a mentor. He still could actually play. So yes,
No, but he
a
wasn't
guy.
good enough. But was he good enough to take a roster spot from somebody that's physically better than him? But at the same time, he can't still have that mentorship, but while
Yes,
not taking
because
up
the
a roster
game.
spot from somebody else that deserve it above him.
Yes, because the
Because you talking
game
about a
is both.
coach.
The game is both mental and physical. So if a guy only has a physical advantage, then he's not as good because another guy has both. You may be athletic, you may can run out the gym, but when it's time in the playoff moments where it's crunch time, do you know what to do? That's why
You know,
they would go with that veteran.
you know what's so funny? I used to see what was his name? Michael Curry. Michael Curry used to play for the Pistons, right?
Mhm.
And Michael Curry, and he's a really good dude, know him, know his family, and everything like that. He will be the first to admit to you that he did not physically have the gifts that would justify him being on the court. But he was waving a towel at the end of the bench, and he was making sure that he was patting the court in order to make sure. I mean, we see these guys every single day, and we know that there's other dudes that deserve to be on the court instead of them. And if we're
I
going to
don't
use
agree
the
with that.
argument,
I've seen Michael Curry make guys who are way more athletic than him, way more physically gifted than him. I've seen him make those guys quit.
listen, what I'm saying is, can he still fill that role of being a mentor to a lot of the other guys? Because we know that he wasn't going to get on the court at certain points in his career. Could he still fill the role of making sure that those guys can get what they need in order to make sure that they can get where they're going to go as far as in the NBA? Or does he need to fill a roster spot in order to still fulfill that obligation?
Yes, because they have to feel like one of the guys and not the coaches. I'll give you an example. Udonis Haslem was that for the Miami Heat for several years. He didn't even get in the game. Pat Riley needed him in the locker room, needed him on the plane, needed him around those players. He could have easily moved Udonis to a coaching position, but he's going to get exiled. He's not one of us no more. He's going to be snitching. So yes, Udonis was invaluable in that bench, on that bench, and in that locker room. And
I can
that's why
accept that
the
because
great
you
Pat Riley
understand
did
what
that, though.
happens. I can accept that from you because you understand what goes on inside of an NBA locker room. So I can stand down on that and I can say, okay, great, phenomenal point. I accept that. But I don't accept it from all of these other people that keep telling me that they would forego an opportunity for somebody that they love in order to make room from a fair perspective or from a nepotism perspective of not allowing for this person to get a job because you don't feel like your kid is good enough.
But
We see
Yeah,
it.
can I
can I
answer
Listen.
ask you
that
a
though?
question,
I
bro?
want to answer to that.
Okay,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
One of y'all.
All right, let me get it off real quick first. Absolutely, bro. Especially when you talking about sports, man. I could understand what you're saying if I had a construction company and I had my son and he was gonna drive for me and I put him in that spot. Okay, I don't give a fuck. This is my son, but guess what? I'm gonna make sure he do. I'm gonna make sure he shows up for fucking work. I'm gonna make sure he do a good job. He can't just be sitting there bullshitting why he got the job if I put him in that position. And I can see it on the sports side. My son plays basketball, sir. So when I'm watching him compete and wanting to compete, if he gets on the court and somebody's a better player than him, you can all see it. It's nothing you can fake.
No,
Like
look,
you're talking about a job in a real life versus a
all of it is a
sports
job. The
team.
goal to get to the NBA is to make money.
Michael Jordan didn't do that with his son. He had a
The
son that
goal
was
to get
playing
to
college basketball. He didn't
shame on
force him
Michael
on the NBA
Jordan because
roster.
everybody
Neither
listen,
did
if
Shaquille
I got
O'Neal.
the opportunity to get a bag for my people, to get a bag for the people that's closest to me.
Bro, he worth $1
He
billion,
already has a
Hold
bro.
on.
bag.
I
Bro,
think
he
that the
worth $1
problem,
billion. Let me say I was LeBron James. No, I wouldn't have did that to my son. Because it's not about the money at that point. I got $1 billion.
why ain't
So
it?
you making it like I'm a common man.
How you gonna tell somebody what the limit is of what it is that they can make? And how we start counting somebody else's pockets in order to justify whether or not they should do something else for somebody else
Bruh,
that's
if I was in LeBron James' position, I would not be forcing my son. First of all, his son should be still playing in college and getting more developed, more better, more,
cool. We
more,
can look
more.
at that from
So,
a
so he
basketball
won't be
perspective.
scared of
I'm
that
talking
fucking
about for business.
basketball. So he won't be scared, bro. Can you imagine? He's scared of summer league. What's gonna happen in the
Hey,
finals?
listen. That is very fair. If you want to criticize Bronny James from a basketball perspective and say he not good enough, he should have did this, he should have did that. Cool. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But when we
That's what
looking
we
at it from a
doing.
business perspective, and at the end of the day, the reason that people want to make it into the league is not just for the love of the sport. They want to get there so that they can get paid and make as much money as they possibly fucking can. At the end of the day, it's a business. It's a business for the owners. It's a business for the players. And it's a business for everybody that's
But
involved.
Anton, it's a competition first, though. You making you skip into the
So
Right.
business,
See,
but
that,
you're
come
you're
you're
on,
making it
missing
Kwame.
the
about
Niggas
narrative.
don't
competition.
care about
We
business.
talking
And
about
you
this
see,
basketball.
We keep
but
talking
listen,
about this for
but
the
listen,
love
we
of the
talk
game
about we
stuff.
talking about basketball from a competition
That's fair,
standpoint.
Kwame. I
But
conceded that.
listen, hold
I
on.
said from a basketball perspective, that makes sense. But it's another side of the conversation that people tend to ignore just because they only want to look at it from a basketball perspective.
No, I'm talking about the business side of it. In the business
Okay,
side
go
of
ahead.
it, Bronny James would not be running to the corner because he would not have a guaranteed contract. He would be running to that basketball because he can be cut after any game, and then there would be no business. But
So
because
what?
his
So what
father
you?
is Homelander, he's allowed to go run in the corner and coast and have a guaranteed contract. That is not good business for the NBA. Good
So
business
what
for the
you?
NBA is putting out the best product, and Bronny is not the best
The
product.
only thing we've been talking about all summer since the NBA has ended is what's going on with LeBron and Bronny James. He's literally an
That's the
economy in
problem.
itself.
That's the
That's because they
problem. That's
forcing
that's
it
that's
down your
what we're
throat,
talking
yo.
about. That is the
That's all
actual
they talking
problem.
about,
But
right?
hold, can
The
I can I
league
Y'all
has
could no,
become the
y'all could
league has
choose to
become
talk
a
about
script.
anything that y'all want to.
but
It is
hold on,
not a
bro.
Okay,
LeBron conversation. Y'all
Hold
can
on,
talk
but
bro.
about the
but
game that happened in
you haven't
Kenya in
asked
Canada.
why we're talking about it. And
I
why the
haven't.
why
What
is
do
the
you mean?
reason. The why is the reason why. The why is the big thing. Why we're talking about it is because Keyshawn Johnson said, I don't even care if the ball go in. I just like to see his form and his wrist. That don't got shit to do with basketball. Reggie Miller
Quam,
had one of the
that is
ugliest
not the
shots in the
only
game.
thing. I've been
No,
watching
but
and
Reggie,
paying attention and
we're talking
listening to
about.
y'all talk about this
But hold on, you
literally
gotta
for
let me
weeks
land my
now.
plane, Anton. You're not letting
Okay,
me
my
land my
bad. I'm
plane.
sorry. You're right.
You
You're
asked
right.
me why. Well, I'm gonna give you the reason why. We could be talking about anything in the world, but we're gonna talk about why a 55th pick. And your point was, who knows a 55th pick? Well, the reason why we're talking about it is because they made the second round on TV so
Mhm.
that we can talk about it. The first time in NBA history, a second round was it was televised so that we can see Bronny drafted. Now you have the darling media keep talking about this kid, showing this kid missing free throws, showing him do a bounce pass. That's the reason why we're talking about it. The NBA used to be of great journalism where they highlighted great basketball players and great games. Now it's a script. Everybody's talking about LeBron and LeBronny James. That's what they want. So
Did
why
they?
wouldn't we be the other side of the coin and let people know that this is the reason why the game sucks? This is the reason why you don't know the rest of the teams and the rest of the players is because they only highlight these scripts and they talk about it over and fucking over again.
Why
I'm
did they
sick of it.
highlight the
I don't
script,
want to talk
Kwam?
about Brownie.
Why did
What do
they
you say?
highlight the script? Why did they highlight the scripts? Why did they put the second round on TV?
Because they want you to think this is for LeBron. In my opinion, this is for LeBron's documentary. This is for LeBron to make a better case that he's the GOAT because he's the first player that ever played with his son, and it makes it a bigger story if his son is drafted and you can see that moment on TV because there's
So
no
you
other
telling me
excuse
there's
for
no
it.
financial gain that comes
Advertising
along
dollars.
with them doing all of this for them to promote
No,
certain
it's a
players
financial
for them to
gain
have
for
this
them
on
white
TV?
boys. It's a financial gain for the Lakers. It ain't no financial gain for nobody else. Maybe
So you
LeBron when he
saying
do
it
his
is
documentary.
business? So
But
it's
hold on,
No,
let
business.
me
I'm
ask
saying
you a question.
that's
Was
not
it a
business. That's called taking away an opportunity for another black kid. The
Everything is
NBA, the
business.
NBA is
Anytime
80
that they
something
put something on
percent
TV
black.
is business.
Man,
It's a
John
hundred
No,
Morant
percent
that
about to come
business.
down the
that
lane and
that
dunk
that
on
part is not
Bronny.
business,
That's
bro.
business.
Listen,
but hold
it's
on.
not
Facts.
business for us because we fans, because we the ones that sitting here arguing and we going back and forth and we passionate about what it is that we watching on TV. They're
That's not
monetizing the
business
fact that
though.
we're with they are we it's not business for us. Every single thing that they do, every single conversation, all of the numbers, when they see certain things trending, it's 100% business
So you're
100% of the
saying
time.
We
basketball
don't
is
have to
fake now.
support
So
that
that
though.
means basketball is fake. It's more about business than
Basketball
it is
been
about.
fake.
Okay, so it's super fake now because we
It's
would put
been
the
fake.
best players
Quan.
out there.
Just listen. To speak to your point, They have always championed and promoted certain people in order to be the face of it so that they can
That's
continue
a
to
fact.
monetize it.
That's facts.
That's a fact.
That's facts.
So how has it never not been a business? And if it is a business and the only people that's benefited from it is the ones that's on the other side of it, how can we tell LeBron not to look at it from a business perspective in order to make sure that he get the most out of it, even if it's for the people that he
bro.
care for the most?
No, that's
Because the
no,
business
no.
was
Because
based
you're
in
missing
reality. Like
the bigger business. Hold on.
Michael Jordan was a real
You missing the
player.
hold on, big dog. You missing the bigger business. The
Okay,
bigger
go ahead.
business is keeping the NBA, the integrity of the NBA, of the ideal that we have the best and of the best here in America. And Bronny James doesn't represent that if you're going to do that type of business to where you don't let another kid compete against
I
them.
don't think that that's
Hey, listen, if LeBron would have brought Bronny in and made him an undrafted free agent and he had to earn a roster spot, I'm all for that. But bringing him in and giving him a 4-year deal, I can't buy that.
the
$7-8 million.
Listen,
Nobody has ever done that.
you
Nobody has
still
ever
looking
done
at
that.
it
That's
about
wrong.
what the historical significance of it is. And what I'm saying is the NBA been fake.
Narrative.
The NBA been fake. It's been a business. It's never been about putting the best product on the floor. It's been about selling a product to the people 100% of the time. And so
Well,
if that's the case, because y'all want to look at it from a purist perspective, which is respectable, but everybody else in the world has been monetizing, continuing to capitalize off of, and looking at it from a business perspective, in which they then are telling you that you shouldn't look at it from a business perspective in order for them to continue to promote something that is fake in the first place. How can
Can
you
I
tell them
ask you
not to look
something?
at it from a business
I don't
perspective?
think David Stern would have never let Bronny in the league. And I know
If
you might
David
think
Stern was so real, then David Stern would have never let
no,
Michael
I'm
Jordan
not
back in the
saying
league.
I'm not saying he's so real. You adding to the fact that he's so real. I'm saying David Stern understood. You have the game that you have is pure game. You have to have the image that is still pure. This gave a bad taste in the real sports fans' mind that you give a roster spot to one of the most storied franchises to a kid that don't have to earn it. And that's going to bring the value of the league down. You're talking
It
about
absolutely
business.
isn't. I don't
That's
think that it's
also
bringing the value
business.
of the league down at
Can
That's
all.
I
I'm
can I
telling you, that's also business.
In
You
what
want to
way?
keep I'm trying to explain it,
can
but
I say
you
something?
keep cutting me off. And I'm trying to explain it to you from you want to talk about business, and the NBA is definitely a business. So
Hmm.
the team is doing business, but from an overall global standpoint, nobody is going to respect what the Lakers just did. Nobody's going to respect what the NBA just did. Because pure basketball fans are not going to appreciate this. You're saying this from just a business point of view. Raw fans and people who actually play the game can never respect what just happened.
Let
I,
me
I
ask you a
want to
question.
say
Let me
something
ask you a
from a
question.
business point of view. Let me say something real quick for you change the topic. This is a good point because from a business point of view, let's look at it from a business point of view.
Hmm.
Okay, we give him this money. Normally when you do business, you try to get something back for your money. What are you recouping when this guy is running to the damn corner? All right. So, okay, the business of basketball, you still have to perform, right? So, what is he gonna do when Ja Morant goes left and bang on his dumb ass and he on the highlight? That's good business, I guess, for a Lakers jersey to be on the poster. When Steph Curry hit him with the step back in your eye
Hmm.
and walk away before the ball go in the basket. That's good business, huh? It's not
No,
good
it's
business.
good business
It
for Bron, but it's gonna be horrible business for Bronny when he take this ass
Exactly.
right.
with him. Because
It's
everybody gonna
He
come at
Laker.
this
still got to
kid.
be
And you
able to
got to think about that
perform.
kid's mental health,
He
man.
gonna
You
have
got to
the
think
He
about
whole
his
world
mental health
talking about
after
him.
all
This
this
kid
too.
was a gamer making a couple $1 million a year, didn't need all this stress that he about to go through. Now, because of this love affair with LeBron, they're gonna have this kid, have every hungry kid that's starving attack this kid on this court. If they send this boy to the D League, God help him. He got
And,
$7
Bro, they
million.
gonna be
He gonna
trying to
be down there
poster
with a
his
bunch of
ass.
wolves.
You know what's
Kwame,
so
God help
funny?
him if he go down there
He
to
he
the
still
D
made
got to
League.
You know
listen,
what's so
perform.
hey,
funny?
he made more money at NIL than he is with this contract right here. So there goes the
You
money
know,
again.
I think of one
You
greatness
talking
that
about
this
money?
happened with Ken Griffey Jr. and his dad. They was playing and shit. But guess who Ken Griffey Jr. was able to do? He was able to back that up. He became one of the greatest in Major
And
League
that's
Baseball
awesome.
history.
That's
Right.
phenomenal.
Right. Look,
Nobody is
this
arguing
is
about it.
not that. This is not what you're watching right here.
Nobody is
No.
arguing
Right.
about it about
So
from a
Bronny has to
spectacle.
back it up from a business standpoint, or
No,
you
he
just wasted
doesn't.
my money. Yes, he did. For
Nobody,
who?
listen,
Not
nobody
for
is
the owner. The
arguing
owner
about
ain't
that.
making no money off of Bronny getting dunked on. Bronny need to be the one doing
Bronny
the
gonna
dunking
sell
on.
more jerseys than a lot of these dudes that's in the NBA. Let's
Bruh,
be
the
clear.
kids
A
ain't gonna
lot of
want to wear
people are
nobody
going to
jersey
tune
that's in a
in.
poster.
A lot
You
of
ain't
people are
come
tuning
on,
in to
man.
the Lakers with the summer league with the Lakers just because Bronny is on there. That's a fact. When we sit
Yeah, for
here and we
now.
listen, you every logical thing that you try to present as far as trying to tell me what's good for business and what's not good for business don't have nothing to do with business. It has everything to do with whether or not you actually care about the sport. We looked at the WNBA over the last few months, right? And one of the arguments that they was making is whether or not Caitlin Clark deserved to be on the national team, right? And
So
then
let me ask you this: Who's selling more jerseys,
the
LaMelo
argument
Ball
against
or
it,
LeBron
the
James?
argument against it
Right.
was, does she deserve to be there, or would it be good for business for the WNBA?
Bruh,
And
Melo is
every
good for
single
business.
analyst and
Y'all,
every
they didn't
single
say this
person,
about LeVar Ball's
every
dad.
single
They dragged
analyst
the
and
shit out
every
of LeVar
person
Ball.
argued that
At least his kids had talent. Shit.
Regardless of whether or not Caitlin Clark deserved to be on the team, she should be on the team because it would be good for the business of the WNBA.
But she
They
can
didn't.
play
They didn't go based.
basketball
Hold
though,
on,
bro.
wait. They didn't go based off of a basketball purist perspective.
Bro,
They
but
never did.
if she was hot garbage, she
You
could.
talking about with Caitlin Clark?
Yes.
But
She
Caitlin
better
Clark
than
is
Bronny,
actually
man.
must see
We
TV.
not
This
talking
her
about her.
college.
Listen. You got to stick around.
Okay,
We're not
hold
talking
on
about
though.
her
Hold
in
on. You got
comparison to Bronny. We're talking about
no.
whether or
Okay.
not it will be
Show me a
good.
bum,
But
y'all.
you compare her to Bronny though.
Yeah, do
You
Okay,
the
got
but
to give
yeah.
a
listen,
better
Compare this.
comparison.
I'm
Compare
not talking
Bronny to
about
a
You just
bum.
said.
hold on, guys. I'm not talking about comparing her to Bronny. I'm talking about her body of work in college alone. She has a
Right.
fan base. She has a fan
So
base
it's good for
already.
business.
No, not only, but you just want to keep focused on the business. You act like you can't just erase what Caitlin Clark did in college. You
I'm
cannot
not
erase that.
erasing what she's doing, but I'm comparing it to.
So,
I'm going against the argument where it was women in the WNBA that was saying that they deserved to be on the team above her because they were better than her. And I'm telling
and,
you,
and
the arguments that was happening over the
who
summer
said
and in the
that?
spring.
Who
Those
said
women
they
are
were
not
better than?
those women are
My,
not talking
let me
about
on
from
mute.
a they're better than her standpoint. They're
Yes,
talking
they
they're
was.
but do you actually believe that? We're talking about the actual truth. That girl should have been there over the young lady that just came out of prison in Russia. She hadn't even played well yet. Brittany Griner. Caitlin Clark, body of work in college, and what she brings to the table is way more valuable than what
Is what
Brittany
she
Griner brings
brings
to the
to the
table.
table based off of her ability to be able to outplay the people that didn't that
I'm saying it's both. Yes, you acting like you got to take away from her basketball. No. Yes, she's good for business and she's a good basketball player. It's both. She's way better.
y'all picking
She's
and
way
choosing.
better of a player than Brittany Griner
But
is
it's
at this
not.
point in her
You're
career.
picking and choosing when
I'm
to
not.
apply the
I'm just
logic.
trying. I'm just trying to land my
But it's
plane. I'm
not picking
responding
and
to you,
choosing because it's
but you're trying
based
to
I'm not
make
on.
me
talking about
respond in
you,
sound
Kwame.
bites.
I'm not talking
Okay,
about you, Kwame.
I'm responding to you, and I'm saying you can't compare Caitlin Clark to Bronny because Bronny has no resume. Bronny has 4 points that we can think of, other than the fact that his daddy is LeBron. He has 4 points in college with a bad heart. He would have
But it's
never
not
got drafted
comparing
if he
it
was
from a
anybody else.
basketball purist perspective. It's comparing it as far as how they look at business and whether or not y'all want to apply the logic,
And I'm
depending
saying
on
it's
whether or not
both.
you like the player, y'all apply the logic where it fits as far as, oh yeah, that's a good business decision. And then
No,
y'all
because
justify it. Y'all
What?
just because
In
it's a
any
woman. Hold
business,
on,
Bro, it's the
wait.
business of
in
basketball,
any
It's a
though. You
woman.
have
business,
to
you
have some
want.
type of skill to
It's
back
a
up your
woman.
business.
It's a
That was a
woman
bad
that is
comparison.
going to complain that she not getting the gold medal, even though she feels like she's better than Caitlin Clark and she deserves to be on that team from a basketball purist perspective. She
But
gonna
the
feel like she
Okay,
left out, and a part of her legacy is going to be taken away because instead they wanted to look at it from a business perspective instead of
but the
looking at it from a
difference is,
logical perspective. No,
but the
because
difference
now we're
is,
but
the
talking about
difference
Caitlyn can
is,
play.
but the
They
difference
can
is,
play. They can
Bronny
actually
never
play, both of them.
doesn't matter.
exactly,
The
but
point is,
Bronny
is
never
that
The
even
difference is
competed.
Bronny ain't
that y'all was
playing.
making, the
Bronny
Bronny
ain't
argument
ain't
that y'all was
competing
Bronny
making
nowhere.
ain't
initially,
giving no game, bro.
the argument that y'all was making
When did
initially
Bronny
was
compete for what he got?
the argument that y'all made initially was who deserved to be on the roster instead of Bronny James drafted at 55.
No, that's
That's
not
the
my
original
argument. You
point.
won't even let me make my argument. You just talking real fast
I
and
ain't
real
talking
loud.
about you, Kwame. You're not
That
the
is
only
not
person
my
on the
argument.
panel. You're
Let
not the
me
Bro,
only
do
tell
you
you
person
my
on
know
the
that?
panel.
argument. Let me hold on, y'all. Everybody be quiet for a second. Let me explain my argument so nobody's telling me my argument.
It's
I'm
not.
not
I didn't
arguing
say
from a
you.
pure. You won't let me talk, Anton. Can you calm down for 1 second? I'm going to say my own argument, so nobody else is telling me what my argument is. My argument is that no one is competing with LeBron. It's more than just business when you don't give a guy an unguaranteed contract. When you give a guy 4 years guaranteed, that means anybody who goes to the Lakers to try to get on the team, they will not get that roster spot that Bronny already has sold up. So that's not a competition anymore. And the NBA has built their reputation based on competition. So when you damage the integrity of the game like that, yes, that's bad for business. So that's what I'm talking about. Bronny should have been competing for that spot. Yes, it's good for business to have Bronny in a Lakers uniform. They could have did that while he was undrafted and at least gave the appearance that it's still a competition because this is the NBA where we have the best of the best play. It's not just business. You're only arguing from a solo standpoint. Business. I'm talking about both. And that's business for the Lakers and that's business for the NBA. And the NBA have just lost some credibility with hardcore fans. And that's a fact.
Well, I mean, I fundamentally disagree with the business side of it, but I mean, that's cool. It's cool.
But I mean,
I tell
speaking
you
on
what,
business,
you wait to see how Laker fans and how hardcore sports fans respond to what they just saw.
And guess what? They're not going to stop watching the same way that Knicks fans have been miserable for the last 2-3 decades, and they never stop
I
showing up at
didn't.
Madison
Wait
Square
now.
Garden. And the Knicks
Now,
never devalue, and the Knicks are never devalued as far as how much their franchise is worth, no matter how bad that James Dolan ran that franchise into the
as a
ground.
Knicks fan, yes, I did stop watching the
Nobody,
games
no,
for a while.
listen, Madison Square Garden still do numbers.
You
The
gotta lift it up
value of the
higher.
Knicks is still at the top of the NBA, and nobody is not going to tune in to watch, regardless of how bad the product was on the
When
floor.
the but wait,
The
when the
Dude, they
Knicks
have
NBA,
sucked,
boxing.
people
They
weren't
have
going to
boxing
those
events.
games.
Hey,
let
listen,
me finish
they
my
have
point.
boxing
Let me
events.
finish
You
my
act
point.
like hold
Let me
on.
finish my
Let me
point.
respond to that. Let me respond to that because that's not a real point.
Okay.
The
All right.
franchise is also based on how many times they book out the arena for events. This is New York. This is the Mecca. They have boxing matches. They have concerts. They have
Thank you.
all things to add to that pot. But New York did take a dip when they did not have the right players. So now
We
that they
did
got
not go to
Brunson,
games. We did not
their game is
watch.
going to be fine. But they
The,
did took a dip. They did take a dip. Trust me.
So
the
my whole thing,
value of the Lakers are not going to be anything less as a result of Bronny getting drafted to that franchise. I
Oh no,
also
it's going to be more. It's going to be more. Bronny's
exactly.
going to add another $1 billion.
That's my point. That's the whole point.
I didn't.
yeah, but
You're talking so fast. You never heard me disagree with that point.
But
But
Quam, I said from the
you
very
said you
beginning that I
disagree
wasn't
with me, and I haven't heard one disagreement that you had with me yet, other than the fact that you agreed with the basketball side, and I never once
correct.
disagreed that Bronny is good for the Lakers' business. They're not good for the overall NBA's business. NBA is supposed to be built on 501 of the best players to ever touch a basketball court. Bronny does not represent that from an NBA standpoint. From a Lakers standpoint, Bronny is going to add about another $1 billion to their revenue.
but
Let me ask you a
that's the
question.
whole
Let
point
me ask
though.
you a question. Can I ask you a question? Why do you think that the NBA is built on competition?
I don't think I know because I've been through a
Yes,
training
okay, so
camp
why is it and I'm asking, why is the NBA built on competition?
because I went through a training camp. Is it perfect? There's nothing that you can compete in that's going to be perfect. In every scenario that you can think of, there's going to be. That's why there's a saying. It's not about what you know; it's about who you know. So in every scenario, if you know somebody or if you got the hookup, yeah, it's going to happen. It's never. And the NBA is no different. But this type of hookup, this is different than a hookup. This is just flat out wrong.
Okay, so with that being said, so you wouldn't say that the NBA is built more on stars versus competition?
It's built on competition, but their motto is to make one star because you guys will never disrespect or disagree with a star. You never blame the star. You just keep rotating players. So from a business model, from that, to me, it's a failing business model because what happened when the star get hurt? And it's too much pressure on these stars to play, and that's why these accusations are coming out that a lot of these guys are on these different things. But if they made it more about a team, just like football does, and that's why football financially does so great because people still come and watch the team play. Whether Aaron Rodgers is there or not, they watch the team play.
Okay, I was just wondering what your thoughts were.
Well,
Yeah,
my
I mean
whole
that is definitely the business model. That is the model, but it's not a winning model. That showed you with MJ. When MJ went out, the league was like, "Holy shit, what are we gonna do?" Because MJ was the face of the league. It was just one. Now we got a superstar on each team, and we make it each superstar their own individual like face for the. Well, we still got LeBron, but each superstar is like highly valued more so than back then.
Who's a
Before it was
superstar
MJ
for the
over everything.
Who's a superstar on the
What?
Sacramento Kings?
Who's the superstar on the Sacramento Kings? It's the
De'Aaron Fox
Sacramento
is
Kings,
one.
but that point guard that they got out there,
De'Aaron
their
Fox.
guard is their
De'Aaron, you would say,
Fox. De'Aaron
wait.
Fox.
I'm just asking a question. You would say De'Aaron Fox is a superstar?
Hell yeah.
De'Aaron Fox is a superstar, but you wouldn't
He
know
gonna
that
show
because they don't
Bronny.
promote him as such.
He gonna show
Yeah,
Bronny. He
he
gonna
can
show
play.
Bronny.
Right. Is Bronny a superstar because he getting paid? Because they
Bronny
get
ain't gonna
money off
check
him?
him. Bronny
This
He
is
can
can't
he
crazy.
check
can
none
more
of
than
these
play.
dudes.
This is insane.
If you never seen De'Aaron Fox play, if De'Aaron
It's
Fox
not
was in a
about
bigger
whether or
market,
not I, as a basketball purist, can agree that De'Aaron Fox is a beast. When I look at a superstar, I'm talking about a person that sells jerseys. I'm talking about a person that people come out to see when
So
they
you
go to
looking at it from
arenas.
business
Bro,
Listen,
standpoint.
listen, listen.
Yeah,
As,
but the
as a
problem
season,
with
Everything
that,
ain't
but
business.
I think the
He's not in the
compromise.
market.
that
hold on,
comes
He's
from
not in the market.
elitism.
he's
bro.
not in the
Hold
right
on, bro.
market. That's what I'm trying to say. He's in
Hold on, bro.
Man,
Hold
come
Sacramento.
on, bro.
on, man.
Hold
This
on,
is
hold
business
on.
101.
Hold
He's
on.
in
What do you mean business
Sacramento, bro.
101? Let me tell you something. I pay $100,000 a year for my seats, courtside. And the way that they differentiate what they're going to charge per seat is depending on what superstar is going to appear. When
You
the
need to sell some
Sacramento
of them
Kings
tickets.
come, that's one of the lower tier ones that everybody sell their seats for.
Market.
Listen. When the
What?
Sacramento Kings come to a smaller market, everybody sell their tickets and don't nobody care about going to that game.
Market.
But
You
you're
It's
just
you're
not
said what
about
it
proving
is,
my
market.
bro.
point.
It's
But
not about
Anton, you're
market.
proving
It's
my
not
point
about
though.
market
It's
because
What
everything.
what
Hey, but you
what
proving
team
my
you
point
got?
though,
y'all
Anton.
gonna let me make my point or no?
No, I just asked what team
But
you
I'm
got
saying
tickets to.
you proving my point. You proving my
He's
point
not a
that they don't
superstar, is
market.
my point.
No, they don't
He's not a
market the team.
superstar.
Right. He's not
Bruh.
marketed as a superstar. His numbers are superstar numbers. If you look at
Right.
his numbers, you can easily market this kid as a superstar.
Okay.
He's in
All right.
Sacramento.
He led them to the
What
playoffs.
are the numbers of a
I
superstar?
mean,
It's not about the
Man,
numbers.
he
It's more than just the numbers. It's the
I
marketability
know
of
it's
the
about
person.
the marketing. He's
it's
not
about
being.
the
If
market.
you want to talk
When
about
we
business,
talking about the market and that you okay, so listen, and this is my point. When we're talking about marketing, you also have to talk about people that are marketable.
so
bro,
now
And
he's
can
not
I
marketable. What makes him not
wait.
marketable?
When you talk about somebody that is marketable, that then starts to impede into the business aspect of the NBA. And so what
yo,
I'm saying is that the NBA is built on stars. It's built
yo,
on
sir.
people wanting to go and see stars. It's built
And
on
guess what all of these
it's
stars
a
have in
reason
common?
why they didn't want the Detroit Pistons in the '04
They
championship
can
against the Los
fucking play
Angeles Lakers.
so
basketball.
Anton, let me
They
Sir,
ask you a
didn't want
question.
let me
listen.
ask you, let
Let,
me
They
tell
don't
you
let
this,
me
want
man.
ask you
certain
this,
When
Anton.
you
teams.
say it's a
They don't want
business, right?
they
They
don't
are in
want
the
certain
business of
teams.
playing basketball. The thing about
Just
what
making
you're
sure it
talking
goes
about
up.
is yes, LeBron James' son is gonna sell a couple jerseys right now. But by the
That's
end of
down.
this
If you hit it
season,
down,
bruh,
you hit it.
if he keep running to the wing, doing what he doing and
Oh,
not
you only got 10
producing
sticks. That
in
bitch
the
don't go good.
business of
Oh, nah, you
basketball,
really
how
got
the fuck do you
it ain't
expect
that
him to
much in
make
there.
any money for the
But it's
game?
hard boiled.
Like the
I
stars you're
can't hear.
talking
I'm gonna
Hold
start
about.
on.
that bitch. Come
Hold
on back.
on, Anton.
Oh, the stars you're talking about, all of them have one thing in common that they can actually play basketball. You understand? Like, bro, this dude is running to the wing. He's not even trying to get the ball. I can understand if they were calling fouls for him, bro. He's not even being aggressive enough to get fouls called for him, so he's not marketable. He's gonna run out of his
Exactly. But
marketability.
he's
Like
being
he
marketed
remind me
though.
of
He's
fucking
being
Lynn
marketed
Sanity or
because
some
he's
shit.
Homelander
Like
Jr.
Lynn Sanity was for 2 months.
That's what he
You
gonna
know,
be.
and then if it dies out, you know what I'm saying? Just like Lonzo. And nobody's talking about Lonzo no more, but at least when Lonzo came in the game, he was fucking good. They fried the shit out of his father though. Then
Listen.
everybody wants to coddle LeBron, but they fried the shit out of LeVar. At least LeVar kids had fucking talent. He got two of them in the NBA through training camp. Go ask LaMelo. LaMelo gonna show Bronny what time it is. Bro, Bronny got a target on his back. because of his daddy.
Me,
This
me
ain't
and
no
you are two
motherfucking
ships that's selling in two different directions. We missing it.
shit.
No, we're
No, he
not.
ain't
As a
because
Yeah,
I
business,
want
we
I
to
want
sell
to make the
jerseys
money
We
back.
of
And if
100%
John
you
agree with
wanted
Morant
brother.
to
dunking on
fail,
your
why
ass. That's
was you
why he
continue
sell
to
out
pass?
jerseys.
but
What happened
with
when
that
Memphis come
money,
to town?
with that
Wait, I'm
money
about to
doesn't.
crush him with this because I got season tickets too. What happened when Memphis come to town? That's a small market. What happened
Nothing.
when Memphis come to town? They sell a
Nothing.
fucking building out because
No, they
John
don't.
Morant gonna
No, they
do
don't.
his part and
No,
come
they
down the
don't.
middle of the lane and windmill on your
No,
ass.
they don't.
That's why they gonna
No, they
fucking
don't.
sell out them tickets.
No, they don't.
Bronny need to be windmilling on your ass.
No, they don't.
If
Listen,
if if,
listen.
if the Lakers want to make
If
money
you a
off of
season
Bronny,
ticket holder,
Bronny need to come through that bitch and act like he LeBron
if
James'
you a
son.
season ticket holder, then you know
Shit, I
that
am for the
they have.
Wizards. They
Okay, cool,
trash.
cool.
But
If
how
you a
would
season
somebody
ticket holder,
market a
then you know that they have the premium games, and
Yup.
then they have the lower tier
I know.
games.
That's why I asked you
that's
about what
great?
city you was in.
All
I
right,
got him.
great, great. Let
Yes.
me
And
know
when
how
and
it is.
when
Anton, how is
Memphis come
somebody
to town,
marketable?
nigga. When Memphis, I'm sorry for calling you the N word, bro. We on the main channel.
No, I don't
When
care nothing about
Memphis,
that.
oh yeah, I don't want to disrespect you. When
No, you
Memphis
cool.
come to town, the arena selling out because of John Morant and what he gonna do on the court.
Okay. If you look
So
at any, if you
LeBron
look
got to
at
do
any,
something on the court, bro. You
if you
can't.
look,
Can you tell me this is good business? Hold on, you businessman, right? Can you tell me this is good business for this kid to keep doing what he doing with this 3 points a game shit? You think that's good business,
How
or
is
you
that
think he need to
marketable?
hold up his? He need to hold up his end of the bargain and start putting up some numbers on that damn basketball screen, so we could say, okay, this is a reason why we selling these jerseys.
Anton, let me
Shit,
ask you a
if we
question.
look
How
at,
long do you think people are going to be buying tickets when they're going to see this boy out there 3 points every single game throughout the regular season?
shit.
Will that make
when you
them
look
keep coming
at
back to buy
when you
tickets
look at the
and
ticket
buy a
packages,
jersey?
when
No.
you look at the ticket packages, it's the premium games,
Yes,
it's
you're
the
right.
lower tier games, and then it's
Yep.
everything in the
That's
middle.
great. But if the young
For
man
for
who
the
they're coming
Memphis
to see,
Grizzlies, for the Memphis Grizzlies,
What you about
they
to
are
say?
not a premium game. They are not
But
What?
how
listed
do
as a
you?
premium game. It is not the
Oh,
same.
that's because John Morant
It's,
got
but the
suspended.
it's
It's
not
question,
going
the
but
it's going to
same.
be
No,
right
no,
this
no, no,
year.
no.
Anton, the
John
question ain't
Morant got
about
suspended.
those
That's because
players.
John
The
Morant got
question's about
suspended.
Bronny. What is he
Okay.
going to be
All right, you
doing?
got it.
But how do
If
you
you're buying
how do
tickets
you
for a
expect
game,
us to look
don't
at
you want to
this?
see that person play?
How do
Don't
you
you want to
expect
see
us
them
to
put
look
up
at this, bro?
points?
Like, how do you expect us to look at this as far as outlook
He
of
has to
as
perform,
people who
bro. He
watch
has to
basketball?
fucking
If
play
he was in
basketball, bro.
Sacramento, guess what? He
Anton,
wouldn't be
Anton,
premium.
how you want us to look at this as far as people who watch the game of basketball and he's getting paid, but you get criticized once you take the money. That
Okay.
goes with criticism. If you're gonna
That's
take a
fine.
check,
Nobody is arguing that.
okay. So, but what I'm asking you
I
right
never
now is,
argued the performance of Bronny
no,
James. Y'all arguing a moot point.
but listen what I'm asking. Listen what I'm asking.
And
What do
you
you
telling
want
me it's
us?
Well,
good for
No,
business
no.
for
Listen
him to
what I'm
be
that's
out
asking.
there
What do you
stinking
that's
want
court
fine.
us?
up? That's
What?
not
Hold on,
good
hold
for
on, hold on,
business.
hold on. What do you want us, right? How you want us to view it?
How do I want you to view what?
What okay? So you're coming up against what we're saying, but how do you want us to view it?
What I'm
Just
saying
that is
is,
okay.
I believe that the NBA knows exactly what it's doing. I don't think even for 1 second. I don't think even for 1 second that they lose a dollar. I think that they gain. I also think that NBA fans have short memories. 100%. They don't care about what happened in yesteryear. The only thing that they look forward to, and this is the way that the NBA market themselves, is what the potential could be. They don't care what
And
coach got
I
fired.
100% agree. And
They
that's
don't
why I
care about
said
what coach got fired. So when
me and you didn't agree much.
let's
Can
say
you
that
hear me?
Bronny James flame out, right?
Hmm.
And he don't make and he wind up leaving out of the league after his 4 years or whatever, and his father is retired. Nobody cares. It's gonna be
Oh, they
based
gonna
off of
care.
what happens in the next draft, what the potential can be for your team going forward. And nobody is gonna say, well, the NBA lost money as a result of Bronny James being in the league. No, they capitalized off of
I
it,
don't think
and
the
they're gonna
NBA
continue to
is gonna
market
lose
themselves
money.
forward, and they're gonna be successful going forward.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can hear you.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure. But the NBA is not going to lose money. You're not saying anything different than what I said. If you looked at my lives or actually be patient enough to listen, the only thing you disagreeing with me about is from the basketball side. I 100% agree the NBA is going to make a shit ton of money. I said that LeBron James Jr. is going to add another $1 billion to the Lakers. But where I might disagree with you at is that hardcore NBA fans from national from abroad and here, they're not going to forget this. I don't think they're going to
Yeah.
forget this at all.
I
We
The
think
don't
only,
that
have
they
to
only
will.
Bron
respect the
fans are not going to
business.
forget this.
We
I
don't
think
have
that
to
they
respect
will.
the business.
I think we got short
Yeah,
memories and we always forget.
And if he keep
You
running to
might.
the corner, he ain't gonna do shit. He can't stop. He been to go get the goddamn
not
basketball.
not when your father says that he's ready to play right now. People ain't going to forget that.
I think
I
once
Now,
he
think
if he
throw
would
the
have let
alley
this
oop to his
kid just get
father
drafted,
in the game and
if he
everybody
would,
get the optics out the
Bro,
way,
I think that's
we'll
what it
move
is
on.
too. They want him to throw the
We'll
lob
move
to
on.
LeBron. They
Hey,
need that.
yeah.
They need that poster right
listen.
there.
After that everybody will move on from this whole deal, and then
Yeah,
whatever happened will happen. But
but
he
y'all
had to go
y'all
to the
forget
Lakers for this to even work. Because
y'all
if he didn't
forgetting
go there,
this
then it,
proves my whole point.
what is it to
This
talk
proves
about?
my whole point that I've been saying. Stars are
He had
not
to go to the
born, they're
Lakers.
created. If you could take
Yeah.
a second round 55th pick, put them on TV, and this is why Fox is not marketable because they're not marketing him. If they would have told people to like De'Aaron Fox, everybody would like him. He's not being marketed that way. Imagine if De'Aaron Fox get the coverage that Bronny James and he can actually play. Bronny James getting coverage before he even scored double digits points. Wait till he scored 10. The marketing is what's making the stars. Stars are not born, they're created. Based
I
on what
agree.
Antoine is saying, Antoine is backing up what I'm saying.
I
Who's
agree.
marketable and who's not? We're going to find the guy who's marketable, who has whatever it factor, who puts on a dress, who does whatever we say, and then that's going to be the kid that's marketable. That's
I
going to be the
agree.
kid that he's going to be a safe space kid. He's not going to say anything outside of the norm, and he's going to make a shit ton of money, whether he can play or not.
Yep, I
A
agree.
second round
But
pick that don't have the pressures of being a second round pick, that's unheard of.
But also, they're
100%.
insulting our intelligence too, because the Lakers management is sitting there saying they want to win, but they're not making winning moves. And then on
That
top of
part.
that, you put a kid in front of our face who needs more work, right? And he gets a guaranteed contract. You're clearly slapping us in the face and saying we're not trying to win, we making money, but we don't have
They,
to respect that as
they doing
fans.
Right.
that, and
We
a
don't
guy
have to
like
respect
Boogie
that.
Cousins can't get a job. You see what I'm saying? To me as a fan, that pisses me clean off.
Here we go about
Man,
this.
they ain't making no
Carmelo
money
can't
so
get a
Brownie
job.
go baseline and dunk on somebody. If he ain't going baseline doing nothing with that basketball, I don't understand how people think he gonna make any money, man.
Let me ask y'all
Carmelo
this
is
question.
averaging
Are y'all
18.
gonna
They
not
say it was
watch?
time for him to retire.
Are y'all gonna not watch because the Lakers did what they did?
Oh no, I'm
I
gonna
don't.
watch double
No, we
time.
gonna
I said I'm gonna
watch.
watch even more. That's why I know they're gonna make a billion.
I
But we
don't
So,
watch
still
him.
get
so
to
let's say the
criticize
Lakers
though.
Hey,
insulted.
I'm
Let's
only
say the
gonna
Lakers.
watch the Lakers though. I'm
Let's
I
watching
say
the
don't
the
watch
train
him.
Lakers
wreck.
insulted your
I don't
intelligence.
watch him. I was a Laker fan since '82, and
I'm gonna watch that train
when
wreck.
they signed LeBron, I was out because I knew what was coming. I don't watch them. I watch everybody else, and then I watch them to lose. That's how I feel. That's how pissed off I am about
But you
what's
still
going
watching
on.
though. But
You
you
just
still
said you
watching though.
still watch them though. You said you watch them to
Yeah,
lose.
But
yeah, I watch
isn't
them to lose, like the Cowboys. Same thing.
So
but
then
isn't
that
all
means
the
that it doesn't
criticism
matter
fair
about
game?
whether or not your intelligence is insulted because you're not gonna do nothing about it. Which means that
Yeah, I
purists,
stopped buying their
which
merch.
means which goes
I
back to
stopped
my
buying their merch.
Yeah, they
which
don't
goes
make
back to
money
my
off me
original
watching
point
it.
is that it
It's not like
doesn't
that.
matter what you purists think.
Get over here.
Only thing that matters is whether or not they looking at it from a business perspective because they know that you still gonna support the team either in your hate or in your love for them.
Nah, you right, bro. They was looking at it from a business perspective. The perspective they was looking at it from is LeBron said he want this coach, so we gonna pay him. LeBron said he want his
Yep.
son on this team, so we gonna pay him because we need
Yep.
LeBron James. This shit about LeBron
It's
James,
about
bro.
LeBron
It ain't
James. We
about
need
no
LeBron.
damn Bronny. It's about LeBron James, bro. He trying to be like Mike. That's why, man. That's why I ain't never liked LeBron. It ain't because of LeBron, because LeBron is a great basketball player. No, it's messed up that they try to make him Jordan, and then they disrespect the hell out of Kobe and put him in front of Kobe. It's ridiculous. It's
I don't
total
And
know. I
ridiculous.
don't know about that.
y'all missing the point because it ain't just about money. Look at what L. Wallace put on the screen. Look at Jalen Brown, NBA
Exactly.
Finals MVP, and he hadn't been selected to Team USA when Kawhi left. The
Who
reason
got
why
selected to Team USA when Kawhi left?
is his
White.
teammate.
Derek
Yeah.
White.
His teammate. If you
Derek
say
Derek
White.
White, his teammate.
if you say that Jalen Brown is the fourth best player on that Boston Celtics team, then you shouldn't watch basketball.
Okay, but
That's a travesty.
that
What
don't
happened there?
matter. That
So
don't
the
matter.
reason
Guess
No,
why
It
it
what?
they
totally
did
don't.
it though,
matters. It
we
does
haven't gotten
matter.
to the
No,
reason
it
why.
don't. You know,
Why do they keep putting out narratives that Jalen Brown is not marketable?
They played
Educated
because they
black
got
man.
Jason
because of what he
Tatum, and
said.
Jason Tatum is more
Because
Jason
Stephen A.
Tatum
put
is
it out
more
there.
marketable than Jalen
Bro, he
Brown.
just won a championship. He's
Marketable. This
marketable.
is about the
Jason,
USA
listen,
They
winning.
Jason
just
Tatum
This
they
is
on some
more
other shit.
When does it
Derek
come? When,
White ain't better than
but when does
fucking
it? When
Jalen
does it
Brown.
get back to winning basketball games? That's what it
Never,
should be about.
never, because it's not built on competition. It's
Because
built
no, that's not true. Because you know what? If you
Jason
win, you're
Tatum
gonna get
is the
the
star.
accolades and the fame. That's how it's supposed to go. But
No, that's
now,
not how it.
all of a
It ain't
sudden,
never been like that. It
since
ain't never
when
been like that.
the Lakers proved you wrong in the '80s. What are you talking
Did they?
about?
Well,
Yeah,
Isaiah
he
Thomas
did. They
proved me
won
right
five. They
in the
won five
90s
and
when he did.
went to 9.
Isaiah Thomas proved me not right when he didn't make the Olympic team.
Well, that
This,
was a
this, hey,
personal
this,
thing.
hey, this is why it's so easy to control as niggas, because we won't have an open-minded conversation. Antoine is right about some of the parts, and I didn't disagree. But this is a lot of moving parts. When you're talking about Jalen Brown, a guy who just won Finals MVP, don't make it to the he doesn't make it to the USA team. He
Yeah,
has a
come on,
reporter
man.
saying that he's not marketable. This guy could have or worked for NASA. A smart, educated black man. He's not marketable. Why?
They were
Why is he
saying
not
that it
marketable?
was, and it's
Oh,
all
because
over what Jalen Brown said, trying to hold down Kyrie.
Kyrie
and,
When
oh
Irving.
Kyrie was
no,
out
and
during
not
that
even
time.
just that. About the jab. He spoke out against the jab as
He
well. Y'all
spoke
got
out
to
against that
remember.
jab, and
Come on.
he spoke up for Kyrie. So
All of a sudden
I'm
now he
telling
ain't
you,
marketable.
they only gonna have niggas that mind and worry about money.
Yep.
And that's
They
not
want a
supposed to be the
specific
first thing that
mold.
a nigga's supposed to worry about is money
That's
and shit
correct.
like that. You supposed to be worried about principle.
And
I'ma
Kwame from a
always
best.
make money. We
No,
always gonna
no,
make
no,
money.
no.
But
Yep.
money, what's
Which is
money
why I
without faith?
then, which is why I then, going back to my original point, I can't fault LeBron for doing the thing at the behest of the Lakers or the NBA for what's in the best interest of his family,
That's not in the
regardless of
best
whether or
interest.
not we,
How
No,
is
it's
that in
not
the
the
best
best interest
interest
of
of
his
his
son.
family?
His
regardless
son
of
getting
whether we're looking
exposed.
at it from
His
a
son is
basketball
gonna go through
perspective.
living hell. How is that the best interest of his
I
son,
don't
I
though?
think
don't
it.
get that.
I don't think it's.
And
Listen,
it makes
you
it
can cut the
worse.
phone off.
They talking about his
I don't
son
think
right
his
now.
son. I don't think his son gonna be suffering or tripping or in a dramatic state whatsoever. I think he gonna
That's
be
what you
just
don't
fine.
think, though. That's what
I
you
think
don't
he gonna
think.
be just
What I'm
fine.
saying is his son was already well off. He had an NIL
Right.
deal. He already is a gamer who makes millions of dollars. He didn't have to come out here and go through this public scrutiny.
And still a
He
star.
didn't need
How
to.
many of us? How many of us ever say it's enough? If I was looking
His
at Paul
daddy is a
George,
billionaire. It's enough.
no, it's not
Right.
because I was listening
Bro,
looking
Okay.
you
at Paul
crazy.
George. I'm
You know
looking
how
at
long
Paul
it take you
George,
to
and
spend
he
$1
was
billion,
explaining
bro?
how he didn't feel like $30 million a year was enough. He said, "Listen, y'all got to at least give me what Kawhi got."
Who said that?
Paul George.
Well, Paul George is out there competing and earning it. I'm
My
saying
point is that
we're
my
talking
point is
about
that
Bronny.
the
He's
only
19
people that
years old.
the,
Hold on, he's 19 years old. He's about to have the entire world talking about him. When he already had money, nobody knew. Nobody said one negative thing about him. And so why can't he just go ahead and just be a kid, make money, be a gamer?
He
This
made
ain't for
more.
you.
He made more
Unless
NIL
he
money
really
than he
could
did
play
with this deal.
basketball. If he really could
crowd
play,
another
then
man's pockets and tell him why
I'm
can't
just
you just take
saying, if he
this?
really could play, then
I'm
that's
not
one
counting his
thing, man.
pockets. We talking about earning and not earning. We're
Right.
talking about not
I
going
want
through
him to get
mental
as
health
much money
issues
as
and
he
going through
possibly
them.
can. And I'm pretty sure that his father and all of the advisors are making the best decision as far as financially what's in the best interest of that kid.
Yeah, but just because you
I
getting
don't think
Bro,
so.
paid doesn't
No,
mean
not at
that. Hold on,
all.
hold on, hold on. Just because you getting paid, bro, there's a lot of degrading and disgusting things that people get paid for. So just because you making money
What's
off
degrading
something,
about putting the ball in a hoop?
no, no. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. Just
bro, let's
because,
go make Elon
no,
Musk a doctor
no,
and let him,
listen to what I'm
because he's
saying. Listen,
Elon Musk, and let
hold
him
on,
do brain surgery.
hold
Come
on,
on,
bro.
let's do
Listen to
that.
what I'm saying.
That's good for business, right? Because we got
Hold
Elon
on,
Musk
bro.
on the squad. Can
Hold,
this motherfucker
Right.
actually do surgery? What the
but hold
fuck?
on. Listen to what I'm actually saying. Just because they're making money off of it doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean that we have to sit back and clap. You're gonna have
Right.
people who are gonna critique him and critique him harshly because it's a slap in the face. They
Man,
feel
listen,
that way, bro. They feel like
the most money that man can make, that black man can make, I,
Oh,
I hope he make more
the
money
black man.
than any NBA owner on earth
that's
Oh,
cool. That's cool.
whatsoever.
That's
Listen, I am never going to sit there and say what he should or shouldn't do or what he should earn. He
man,
deserves
twin swim
everything he
cross.
get just because.
that, but that's not earning.
He
If
deserved his
Not when it
no,
comes
criticism
to,
too.
I have to disagree
Man,
with
we
that.
talking
Not when
about
it comes to the
basketball,
sports
bro.
world.
He
You got
deserved
to
his
earn this
criticism.
shit.
I think that the
I'm
type of
sorry.
revenue that his father has generated for the NBA is it's okay if his son come in and steal a little bit of money.
No.
And not
Well, if you
only
look
is
at
here's the beautiful part
Well, it's
about it.
okay for him to get criticized.
No. And here's the beautiful part about it. This is the beautiful part about it. Earning in the NBA has nothing to do with how good you are. It's how many jerseys and how many seats you can sell. So when you say that the Lakers or the NBA is going to make billions of dollars off of Bronny being there, you're not going to sit here and tell me in any capacity that this man don't deserve to get every dollar that he about to get.
No,
Bro,
we're
I
not
still
he
fighting
say,
not
that.
I
gonna make
still say he
nothing if he
don't.
don't dunk that basketball.
But
I
bro,
still say he don't.
it's
Okay,
gonna
Nah, he
be,
don't deserve it.
but it's a
That's
combination of
highway
all
robbery.
things, though,
crazy.
bro.
That's
Like if
crazy.
It's
you,
highway
Robbery of
robbery.
who?
Highway
I still
robbery,
say he
man.
don't. There's a
He
lot
gotta
of
get
other
the ball.
NBA players that would
He gotta
agree.
get the
He
ball on
doesn't
the
deserve.
fast break.
This is
Bron
crazy, bro.
deserves some more money. Bron deserves a team in the league, which he's going to get. But Bronny don't deserve nothing. He just his
Right,
daddy's boy.
right. That don't correlate, bro.
Bronny
That's
got to
cool.
come through the lane doing the LeBron tomahawk one time, and then
It's a
But
lot
other
of
than that,
owners.
man,
It's
if he gonna keep going to the
a lot of
wing, if he
coaches.
gonna keep going to the
If we
wing,
gonna
man, he
go with that
garbage.
narrative, then
but
first
there's
we
been
need to get a
players that
whole
get.
lot of people out of these front offices. We
Yeah,
got to
like
get a lot
JJ
of these
Redick.
coaches up out
Yeah,
of
like
there.
JJ Redick. JJ Redick shouldn't be the Lakers
We
head
need
coach.
to get we need to get all of these owners' sons that never
Bro,
qualified for
Sure
whether
do.
or not they can go
bro,
to
And we
like
need to
Jeannie
get them
Buss.
drunken ass
we
coaches
need to
from
get
Duke that just say
we
the
need
N
to get
word
these
off of there too.
agents. We got to
Like
get these
Jeannie
agents
Buss.
out of here.
Yeah, we need to get them drunken ass Duke players out of there. That call women
Before
the
I
N
ever
word
criticize
for
Bronny,
sure.
before I
Oh, I'm
ever
criticizing
criticize
him because
Bronny and
he
say
getting
that he
paid.
shouldn't
He's
have
a
been there,
professional.
I want to make sure that we being clear that when it comes to because competition is not just what's on the court, it's who put the people on the court, it's who draft, it's who's running the front office, it's all of that, right? Because that's all a part of the franchise. Everybody is a part of the team. That's why other people get rings when a team win a championship. I want to see the whole slate wiped clean. Then I want owner sons out. I want nepotism going across the
But
board.
they own the
This ain't
team
about
though. Now
nepotism, no.
how can
Plus,
you
what
say that
Bronny
when they
don't need
own
to
the
do.
team? How can you
What do
say
you
that when they
mean?
own
Because
the team though?
But
so it's only based off of who own the team. It's not based off of who can capitalize the most.
because you
That's
talk
what
about
I
When you
collusion.
said.
own the
What
team, you have
nepotism
say.
is to me. Am I allowed to respond to him, bro? I
Okay.
said what nepotism is to me. When you own the business, that's true nepotism. LeBron don't own the Lakers. He's just leveraging. He's leveraging his talent. He's leveraging his ability and his power. That's it. He don't
They
own the Lakers.
capitalizing off of the fact that the Lakers is capitalizing off of him. Is good for everybody. Everybody eating.
Yeah, but you can't say that and then say you trying to win and put out a product like that
That
out there.
part.
The
You
same
can't
way
do
that
that.
you can't say that you're trying to win when somebody is in a position to run the franchise, which ultimately affects what goes on the floor because it affects everything. If you trying to win and you trying to win across the board, you can't just pick and choose and say, "Why?" But the front office is different. What happens in the front office absolutely affect what goes on the floor.
Well, we see
Exactly.
that.
That's why we complaining about the front office too.
Right. Everybody complaining about this
Name
front
somebody you
office.
complain about from a nepotism perspective in the front office.
Jeannie
But
Buss.
yes,
No,
we
no, no, no,
complaining
no, no,
about
no, no, no,
that.
no, no, no.
What do you
Jeannie Buss,
mean?
Jeannie
Jeannie
Buss,
Buss is running this team to the ground.
no. Who did Jeannie Buss put in the front office that you don't like since she the owner of the team?
We complain about all of them, bro.
Who?
Listen,
Name one.
Rob
Every single
Palinka,
one of them.
Rob
Look,
Palinka,
because they're
and then
allowing it.
before that, her brother.
How is Rob Palinka related to Jeannie Buss?
What?
How's he related? How
When
is he
we talk
related to her?
about
You just said
nepotism
no. Who
and
does she put there?
favoritism,
No, we
You
talking
when we
just
about
said
talk
who does
about
she put there?
when we talk about nepotism and favoritism,
But she was put
in
there, bro.
any front office across the league,
She was put there.
tell me somebody that's in that position that don't deserve to be there.
She was put there, and she don't know
well,
what she's
Jeannie
doing.
actually worked with the team for a long time, so I wouldn't say she don't deserve to be there because she was doing work for him.
But she wasn't.
I
She
wouldn't say
wasn't
she
making
don't deserve to
basketball
be there.
decisions, though.
But
That's the
she won't
thing.
make it exactly. That's why she brought in Magic to and Rob Pelinka, those guys, to help her with basketball decisions. And that's what they run. That's the operations that they run.
Listen,
So that's what that is.
at the end of the day, I'm right.
I'm right.
I'm right as
You
hell.
halfway right.
Well,
No, I'm
we
You
all
got
right
a
too,
point when
though.
it
We
comes
right
to
too.
you got a
no,
point
you
when it
wrong.
comes to the
You 100%
business.
wrong.
Listen, what I'm saying. You got a point when it comes to the business side, but we don't have to respect
You
how
ain't
they do
looking at you.
business.
Yeah, you looking at the glass
We,
half full, half
we
empty.
don't have to respect how they do
No,
business,
I'm
bro.
looking at the
Totally.
facts. I'm looking at the
No,
No,
you
reality. When I
from a
compare it,
basketball standpoint, this is horrible.
when I
It's
compare
bad
it,
across the board.
when
He's
I
still in
compare
a
it,
spot from somebody. He's been doing it ever since he was in high school. This is what we're saying. And then it translated to now he's a professional and he can be talked about because he's getting paid for it.
Absolutely can be talked about. Nobody is arguing that.
Well, that's all I'm saying. If he's not performing, then he gonna hear the criticism. I mean,
But
hey.
the criticism also could be constructive criticism too, because at the end of the day, bro, if you're out there, let's say you're taking an advanced math class or anything, and the class is moving too fast for you, right? You're gonna fail. It's not doing you no good to sit in that class all semester long and knowing that you can't keep up with the speed. So the criticism needs to be constructive and say, hey, look, he's not ready yet. Let's send him somewhere else so that he can get better. But
And
instead, you're gonna walk him out there. You're gonna humiliate the boy.
at what point does the father step in and say, hey, man, maybe this is too much? Instead of saying, oh, he don't give a F. He don't care. He go home and play his video games. Psychologically, this is going to affect him some way, shape, or form.
Well, I
It's going
mean,
to affect him.
LeBron already
Because
set
it,
him
it
up
affected
because now every
LeBron.
player is going to be coming at
Right.
him after what he just said. So
Right.
it's
They
too
own
late.
him. They own his
Bro,
day.
it affected LeBron when LeBron was going through his criticism.
It
When
affects
he
him
left
now.
Miami, it affected him. He even said it got to me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So how do we think this son's got more pressure and it's not affecting him at all? It got to be affecting him.
No doubt. I think they're just talking him through it, and they just want to get to this point because this was really about a narrative for LeBron. It ain't about Bronny. You know, if it was, he would want Bronny to get as good as he could and stay another year of school at least, or maybe go overseas and play professional for a year and then come and
And he could
join the
come
league.
back. He
Right.
could come back and
Right.
ball
This
out.
ain't about that. That's how you know this ain't about Bronny. It's not about Bronny at all.
Because the right thing to do is say, okay, he struggled, he had heart issues, get himself together, stay at least 1 or 2 more years whenever he feels like he's ready, then come back.
Hey,
Then come
Anton,
back,
guess
ball
what?
out.
Anton, if he had done that, that bag would still be there. All the popularity, all the jersey sales. If he had waited a year or so, it'd have still been there because LeBron would have stayed around to play another year.
But
It'd have
why
still
wait
been
a
there.
year? You don't have to.
But see,
Well,
that's why
that's what's
that's
it's
where you're
gonna
gonna get the criticism though. If you're not
right the
ready.
criticism and it's stunting his game, his growth. He's not gonna get better.
It's plenty of NBA players that probably should have went to college, but we tell them to go in and get that bag.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this
But
dude
he,
is
Yeah, but they
not
But
don't get
hey,
getting.
hey,
He had
Floyd,
a
you
guaranteed.
said you want to have a business argument though, right?
Well, they asked me a question.
No. I want to have a business argument again
All
because
right, come
I
on, let's
know how
have
the
it.
NBA is promoted as the 500 best. So from a business argument, does Bronny James represent 500 of the best players you've ever seen?
No. All right, now
So
can I add
okay,
context to that?
now the Lakers are winning. So we don't disagree that the Lakers are going to make a shit ton of money. But
Mm-hmm.
from an NBA perspective, they just lost credibility. If you marketed this business, because they spent a lot of marketing dollars saying nobody in the world can beat players in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
That's their
Well,
brand.
but here's the problem with that though, Kwame, is that I don't agree with that's the way that the NBA is marketing themselves.
That's
If
how they
that
market. You can look it up. They
no,
tell
if
every team we're the best ever. We're the
I
best in the
don't I
world.
don't I don't
Listen,
go
we can
by
Google this. They
hold
can have
on.
all the sports commentators. Hold on. Who the fuck is doing that while I'm talking? Who is making all this goddamn noise while I'm trying to talk?
Wasn't
What is
me
that
because I
noise?
was muted.
It's like I'm hearing like a stuttering noise. What the fuck is that noise? It's like a snoring thing every time I'm trying to speak. But the NBA is marketed definitely like that. I don't agree with you. The NBA says this year after year. We're the best of the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So they're marketed that way. So from a business standpoint, if you're going to market your business, if I say I have the best ribs and I go to a rib competition and it turns out I have the worst fucking ribs at the competition,
Mm-hmm.
then why would I market myself that way and then don't try to live up to that standard?
Because the same way that people use influencer marketing in order to push out a product, you could say whatever you want to say, but we know why people come in and buy tickets. We know why people go in and buy jerseys. We know why people go over and buy shoes, and it's not based off of the fact that they marketing themselves as the 500 best players in the NBA. That's not how they marketing themselves. That's a tagline. I believe that they're marketing themselves based off of narratives, superstars, competition as far as, well, you live in this city and they live in this city, and it's not even competition based off of who the best player on the floor. I
Now that
believe
I
that the
agree
way,
with.
I
I agree
believe
with
that
I
the
that.
way
agree
that
with
they're
that.
truly
True.
marketing themselves is by faces, not by whether or
That's
not it's
how.
the
That's
best
how
player.
they. That's what I'm saying. You're proving my point. That's how they try to market the game now. On the old regard, when they had Michael Jordan and the Dream Team, these
Mhm.
guys would go around the world punishing people, and they marketed the NBA back then as these are the best of the best. Now,
Right.
don't be fooled by the we have a superstar. That's still one aspect of it. Yes, they market superstars to gain more revenue. But the NBA is solely based on these are the best players that ever played the game. That's why they draft from overseas and everywhere else. They just said it. Thank
I
you.
don't,
They
but
just
Quan,
said it the last draft class that the NBA is the best league because we get players like Jokic and all these
Yeah.
players from overseas. So we have a collective of the best players that ever played the game. That's how they still market it.
let me ask you a question. Do you believe that it's based off of the best players ever, or is based off of certain markets that they trying to penetrate in order to continue to promote the NBA itself?
The NBA as a collective is based off the best players from around the globe
Hmm.
getting drafted and doing a workout and getting drafted to teams in the NBA. If the NBA wasn't the destination for the best players, then they would have left Jokic at home. They would have left Antetokounmpo at home. These guys come to the NBA because they dream about playing in the NBA because it was marketed to them as the best league ever. Because these guys can stay home and make millions of dollars at home.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't they? I know some players overseas that are famous as shit. They making 8, 9, $10 million, $20 million a year. And
Mm-hmm.
some of them come over here and play in the NBA. Why? Because the NBA is marketed around the world as the best group of guys to ever play.
See, I looked at the Dream Team and I thought that it would, like, it's not necessarily the same way that you painted it, and I agree with you to an extent. But the Dream Team was an opportunity for them to get on a global stage, not necessarily say that we got the best players in the world, because there were players in the world that were better than some of the players that was in the NBA at that time.
Who was better than somebody on that dream team, though?
I'm not talking about the Dream Team itself. We said
But
the 500 best players.
this the
But
problem I'm
that,
500,
having. Right.
that team represented the best of
500
the
best
best.
player. The
But that
500
team,
best players. That
The
team was not
problem
the
I'm
best of the
having
best.
is I don't care who they
That team was
had
not the best of the
representing
best.
it.
Because if it was
But
the best,
sir,
of the best, Isaiah Thomas would have
wait,
made the team.
but you
but
pulling
but
hairs
sir,
though.
I'm not
You
but
put
pulling hairs.
sir,
It was not the best
they
of the
didn't.
best.
If he was that good, then he'd have been voted on the team since his
It
coach,
wasn't. He
his
wasn't
coach,
not, and that's my whole point. He
but
did
his
not make
coach,
the team
his
because he
but
wasn't
coach
the best
was
but
the
player.
coach. So
Listen,
if his
bro.
coach really thought that the
but
team
at the
wouldn't have
end of the
ran without him,
day,
he would have
right?
been
At
there.
the end of the day, look, whether he was the best or not, guess what? The replacement could play basketball. This kid can't fucking play
You're
basketball.
missing the point
It
that
don't
Right,
matter. It don't
right.
matter.
All right,
The
we moving the
replacement they
goalpost,
put
y'all. So
in,
we're gonna
who
stop
they
all that.
market in the face, whatever superstar. Guess what? Whether it's Steph Curry. Why do we market Steph Curry? Because he can hit a fucking 3-pointer. Can Bronny do something? Can he
Steal
I
do
don't
money.
know
something?
He can steal checks.
That's not even what we was talking about.
Yeah, no, you're talking about these stars are marketed and they put the wrong faces and he's not they're not the best 500 players in the world. Well, if it's the best 600 players in the world, they all could bounce the basketball. This kid is running to the corner, standing there, brother. It's not like we're saying he's not the best in the world. I'm saying he's not even qualified. It's almost like you give me a job being a surgeon right now. I'm about to go in the hospital and start doing brain surgery and I
Hey,
don't know
yo.
nothing
Said
about
that
the
point
shit.
already. It didn't hit
You
the
know what I'm
first time, bro.
right, but
Hey,
that's what
this
I'm
nigga
trying to get
Tommy
you to
Sotomayor
see.
have been in the back for about an hour. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga,
Can't
man?
none of
That
He
them
nigga
been back
finally
there
can't
left.
play
I
crying.
don't know
fucking
what
Hey,
the
he been
fuck is
back
basketball,
there
going on.
bro.
crying. He been back there crying for longer than that,
Who
Quan.
is who is
Yeah, why would I
Who is
want to come
Bronny
to
about
this
to guard
clown?
right now? Let's
Right.
get Zion. Let's switch off on Zion. Put Zion on the poster on Bronny. See what happens.
All right, listen, I gotta dip. Quam, thanks for having me, bro. Thanks
Yep.
everybody for the conversation. I appreciate y'all.
All right, nothing to it, bro. You take it easy, man.
Peace,
All
bro.
right,
All
big
right,
bro.
bro.
I see y'all.
Yeah, I understand the business conversation because Anton is looking at it just from a business standpoint
But
and
Quan,
purely business, but it's more than business when you add in competition.
But see,
Like
what's
when you
gonna
add in
happen?
competition, and I don't know where this whole notion that the NBA is not looked at as the best of the best in the world. They
Yeah,
say
yeah.
this all the time. The
See what he's
NBA
doing?
is regarded as the best of the best players. In every team, do you have a guy from overseas that can beat somebody on that team? Yes. But that doesn't mean that the league is not marketed as the best league.
Right.